All right, boys, let's check in on the Chargers practice earlier today. It wasn't padded. We will see that tomorrow. But overall, Charger fans showed out, man. I mean, it was in San Diego, like San Diego University. So I'm not too surprised. But just back where it all started, man, I miss the Chargers being in San Diego. But to me, the star of the day was Keandre Lambert Smith. I don't know why I struggle to say his name so much, but fifth round rookie. There's an opportunity here because Quentin Johnston's going to play on the outside. Trey Harris is certainly going to play on the outside as well. Jalen Rager, maybe. He's been getting starting reps. He was actually out today. But you just look at the size of Keandre Lambert Smith, the route running abilities. He just catches everything. Realistically, I see him being next to Johnston. I get that Harris was a second round pick, and that kind of gives him priority. But just from an overall ability standpoint to play that outside receiver, it's Lambert Smith, and he's just showing why the Chargers took a chance on him, of course, in the fifth round. I mean, he had this catch in 7-on-7s where he ran a go route, and he's just down the left sideline. He's working Dean Leonard, and Trey Lance attempted to hit him. It was slightly underthrown, but he was able to turn around, locate the ball, and he made an impressive adjustment before high pointing the catch in front of Leonard. That is not possible to teach. Like, you can't teach a play like that. You either have it or you don't. And Lambert Smith, to be able to do that, just goes to show why we've been so excited to get him back and get him reps like immediately. And then later in practice, in 11 on 11, he made another big adjustment on a deep ball from Lance. It was a 4th and 5. He ran a go route. Of course, why not? Because good luck stopping that. He was working against Cam Hart, so a much better corner now. And Lance threw this shot to Lambert Smith's back shoulder. Lambert Smith slowed his sprint and rotated his body to make the catch while falling to the turf. Diane Henley, if it were a real game, would have had a sack, but the coaches let the play continue. So I will note that. I'm just going to give you guys some context. But overall, those couple of adjustments are just insane. I mean, look at what Greg Roman had to say. Quote, "We didn't have a whole lot of time with him in the spring," Roman said, "but right now, I'm really fired up about his progress," end quote. Lambert Smith and Trey Harris weren't the only players who shined Wednesday. We will get into Harris in a second here, don't get me wrong. But Tarheeb Still made perhaps the defensive play of the day when he swatted away a deep ball from Justin Herbert that was intended for Brendan Rice. With Rice running a go route, Still matched him step for step before he deflected the ball to the ground at the last second. Fellow cornerback Jazir Taylor also had a pass breakup Wednesday, while defensive lineman Justin Abagabi flashed with a pair of likely tackles for loss on run plays and team drills. And Taylor, by the way, guys, has been playing very, very well. He is a lock to make the 53-man roster. Is he going to be a starting corner? I mean, that kind of remains to be seen, but he's definitely showing that he's at least in the conversation. And then we're going to pivot to special teams because special teams doesn't get a lot of love. I mean, in real football, it does, but on YouTube, like nobody's talking about special teams. But in terms of kick returners, I mean, Darius Davis certainly is going to be the guy. Hassan Haskins also was participating in the drill. Those are going to be the two main guys. I mean, that's why Haskins is going to make the roster. And then Davis is one of the best in football. He averaged 27.6 yards per return last season, a 2024 All AFC selection by the Pro Football Writers of America. Yeah, I mean, 19 kickoff returns for 524 yards. It's a good average right there for sure. We also saw Quentin Johnston. We saw Murray Hampton, Naeem Hines, Kamani Vidal, even Keandre Lambert Smith, Jarrett Patterson. A lot of guys were in the mix. Interesting. I mean, I can't see Quentin Johnston on kick return personally, but I mean, why the hell not? He is kind of shifty. I mean, his routes maybe not aren't the crispiest, but I feel like when he's in the open space, he's going to be tough to bring down. The Chargers also on punt return drills. They worked in Davis, which is obvious. Ladd McConkey, I mean, he's born to be a punt returner. Naeem Hines, man, Colt legend, also was in the mix. So was Lambert Smith. I could see personally, yeah, I mean, it's going to be Davis, but I think McConkey and Hines could also do it, like, very well. But when you have, one of the best in football, you don't go away from that because he has the ability to just get you in a great field position every single time he touches the ball. And also, you feel like you're basically getting it at the 30 every single time because teams would rather just have you start at the 30 than put it into, Darius Davis's hands. I mean, that kid is an absolute stud, of course. And in terms of the fight that broke out, I'm not gonna, clickbait you guys and make a video be like, "Oh, fight broke out." It's football. These are grown men that they're competing, man. It's the Chargers. Like, we want to win a Super Bowl, man. This team is they're desperate, bro. And I mean that in the best way possible. I'm desperate at the end of the day. I want to see this team win a Super Bowl. So, of course, like, I have no problem with Troy Dye Maybe a little bit of a late hit. I mean, I get they're not in pads and it's kind of unnecessary, but at the same time, Dye has been flying around the field, and sometimes when you're just in the zone, it's tough to stop. And I want him to keep up that same energy because he's competing for a starting spot. I find it hard to believe that the coaching staff even like took offense to that at all. If anything, it would kind of fire them up even more. And I get that he was shoved by an offensive player, but it's football. I mean, these guys are competing. He didn't mean anything by it, man. It just happens. In terms of Quentin Johnston, he didn't have the best day in the world. I mean, he had been spoiling us 5 catches for a touchdown in 5 days. He did have a big drop over the middle of the field, ran a great route, exploited the soft spot in the zone, and then just didn't come down with it. But at the end of the day, when you run plays in the NFL, not all of them are going to be perfect. That was what Greg Roman was talking about. We also look at around them. I mean, Kamani Vidal had a drop. I'm looking at Brandon Rice had a drop. It's football. These guys are going to drop the ball. The only thing that I will say is that it seemed to take a hit on the rest of Johnson's performance. I don't want to see that moving forward. I don't mind if he drops a ball. I mean, like you look at the Ravens game, like I get there's certain times where you have to be able to bring it in, but you can't let it impact your next route, your next play, your next opportunity. You got to just bring that down, man. And yeah, I think Johnson did a really good job of just explaining what went wrong in that play and how he didn't bring it in. And they just got to move forward. They have to move forward. Tomorrow, man, go up and make a crazy catch, and nobody's gonna care about the drop at all. For now, though, it's gonna be certainly going on the internet, but it's okay, man. And then in terms of Jalen Reagor, he had been consistently working in with the first team, but he did not participate in Wednesday's practice. I think he tweaked something in his lower half. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see a report on it, but that's what I'm going with personally. And Trey Harris was able to get more opportunities because of it. I told you guys earlier we'd be talking about Harris later on. So with the first team in 11 on 11, I thought this is kind of solid. It was just a solid performance. On 4th and 2, he came open on an out route to the left sideline, and Herbert ended up hitting him for the conversion. But also earlier in the practice, he was working against Jazir Taylor on a 3rd and 3 slant route, and Taylor was just sticky. He was tight in coverage. And then Taylor Heineke threw an accurate pass. Harris was not able to come up with the catch with Taylor challenging the ball. I think that says more about Taylor than Harris, though. I mean, he's had a great camp, and Harris is just starting to work in now, of course, because of like the Reagor injury. And the Ladd McConkey, I don't see much of a reason to talk about him. I mean, maybe tomorrow. It's Ladd McConkey. He had another great day, and he looks like a future superstar. I mean, if you watched Chargers games last year, you know all about Ladd McConkey. The thing that I will say about McConkey is he's only going to be able to go as far as his outside receivers go, because if the Chargers have the same type of production they did last year outside, McConkey's going to have no chance to grow, but I don't think they do. I truly believe that Quentin Johnston's going to take that next leap. I believe that Trey Harris is going to be good to go right away. And I think Keandre Lambert-Smith looks like an absolute stud. I think Jalen Reagor is going to have a solid season. I know it's not the best in the world. It's not Jamar Chase and T. Higgins or anything like that, but I think it's going to get the job done.